Welcome to Do You Withers, Whether or Not Like Winter Weather? Do you withers whether or not like winter weather?
No.
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 Who, me? I'm still trying to figure out whether what I should even be here. I'll just back up slowly.
Next up on the agenda, do you withers whether or not like whispering willows?
Oh, enough of this! Landry, wait for me!
On the table, Minecraft Survival Mode action figures, Wither Warfare. Introducing Wither and Wither Skeleton figures, Alex with an enchanted bow, and Steve with diamond armor. Looks like Landry's also decked out with diamond armor today. On the back of the box, the contents of this large action figure set, each figure with a little bit of information on how they function, plus a long crafted story and other figures available. Gear up to battle the Wither. Join Alex and Steve as they arm themselves with special tools to bring down the Wither. Alex comes with an enchanted bow and potion-tipped arrow. Steve is ready to use his diamond armor and diamond sword. And beware of the Wither skeleton as he chops away with his stone sword. While the battle might seem grueling, you can fight for survival by using the Healing Splash Potion and the Golden Apple. How are you gonna get out of this one, Landry?
I'm not! Goodbye, cruel world!
Well, let's open this ridiculously long package and get these characters out. And the contents of this set. One Wither skeleton, very tricky to stand. One Wither, not so tricky to stand with the display stand. One Alex figure, and one Steve figure wearing diamond armor.
Steve, you numbskull! That's the blue skeleton Wither Blast projectile, not your helmet.
It is? Ah!
Well, we better check on Steve a little later. Let's go through these one by one. Checking on the Wither skeleton first with stone sword, a very tall and spindly figure, kind of hard to stand with those tiny footprints he has. I believe the box says pullback sword for sword swinging action, so there's probably a little spring in there somewhere. I hear it clicking. I have this bad feeling that mine might be defective, unless it's just up to you. It is a little bit loose, or I think that's what it is. You just give it a push and it kind of flips around really loose-like. Not really a spring, but very loose, because this arm is pretty tight. This feels like a normal survival mode arm, whereas this arm has a little bit more rotation to it. That or mine is damaged. Head likes to rotate a lot. How does this guy compare with, just say, your normal skeleton? A little bit taller. So that's good that they worked on that. It looks like the height is not in the legs. Oh, just a little bit. And a little bit here on this torso section. Good to see you, Wither Skeleton.
Thanks.
Not to delay the main feature of this pack any longer, it's the Wither. On a pretty good substantial display stand, this guy is going nowhere. We have the three-headed mob boss, looking quite gigantic actually, and pretty menacing for a survival mode figure. I'm hoping these heads rotate, and they do. Even the center one rotates. There's also a little bit of a swivel to the main head. Not the sides though. That's probably all you're going to get for articulation. It's not like you're going to want to really rotate this guy down here. So it's kind of limited there, but I don't think you'd really want to rotate this lower section anyway. So we need to find that blue skull projectile.
I believe I can help.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Steve.
Whew! I could breathe again.
And according to the back of the box, we're going to load this skull right up front. Looks like the headpiece just hinges in. Well, that's kind of a cool feature. You could probably leave that in and have a blue glowing head. However, that sort of thing could weaken the spring over time and not fire as well, so that's probably one of those things you shouldn't do. Anyhow, we've got a button on the back here, and we could use a volunteer for the Wither to shoot at.
How about me? I'm oxygen deprived.
Steve, you're a real hero today. Okay, let's turn the Wither at Steve and see if we can get any sort of cool action. Ah, nice.
You call that a projectile?
Alright, we'll try one more time, Steve. Maybe a little closer.
Ha ha ha! I scoff at your wither projectile.
Alright, we'll try one more time. Third time's a charm. And we'll get even closer.
Dude, that's kind of close.
There we go. I guess the last thing to ask is, will this blue skeleton projectile maybe fit on one of the side skeleton pieces? And that's a no. That's kind of a bummer. It fits on Steve's head, but not on one of these guys. So you can probably leave it down here. I think that's what I would do for display. I would not leave it in here. I'm always worried about stuff like this, wrecking the springs and stuff if you just leave it in. But you could. Give it a try. It might not be that bad. But that is a really large figure. And it looks to be a little bit larger than, say, the Iron Golem. Oops. Than the Iron Golem, who, from before the Wither, seemed to be the largest. Oh, a poppy. How nice. Next up, Alex with an enchanted bow.
Hi there.
We've seen this figure before in a regular bow, so it's nothing super new, but at least it's different. Oh, I like to pull these arms out, by the way. Gives you a little more mobility. So I guess we should have an arrow off. So the new Alex has a potion-tipped arrow, and to load, just simply place into the arm this hole there and click it in like so. We have a button on top to fire. And this Alex also has a arrow. What is this? I can't remember already. And insert. And now we can have an arrow off. Who wants to fire first?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Not bad. How about you, Alex, number 2?
Don't call me that.
And target away. And fire. Not the hardest shooting projectiles, unfortunately. Let's try that maybe one more time. Oh, those are really weak today. But they're kind of fun. Since there's a couple different versions of the Alex figure, I kind of like having the bow embedded in her arm now. Less to worry about falling off. And you can use it as a striking piece.
Striking piece? What do you mean by that? Oh.
Next up we have Steve with diamond armor. Where did Steve go? Here's the armor. Steve! Steve!
Yeah?
Steve, what's going on?
Having a little problem over here.
Come on, Steve, get out here. This review can't be 20 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, are you kidding me? Again?
I thought there might be candy inside.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay. Yep. There we go. Let's just take this away from you, okay?
If I could just see it one more time.
No, Steve.
Ugh.
Anyhow, we have Steve here with diamond armor, and these are my most favorite survival mode figures. It's kind of like a 2-in-1 thing with Steve without armor and Steve with armor. And now we can dress him up into the armor suit. There's the helmet, and we've got the chest plate and shoulder armor. A few people have pointed out most logically that there isn't really pants armor or boot armor. It's kind of a fusion of the two. So Steve, you're really going to have to work at protecting your groin. And of course the diamond sword. I think we saw the diamond sword before in the large playset, which we were able to use to craft at the crafting table. Looks slightly different. That's because it was a diamond pickaxe. So again, these are my most favorite figures of the survival mode figures. The armor packs are very entertaining. And in an upcoming review, probably next week sometime, we'll check out the zombie in leather armor. So that'll be fun to play around with. We'll really be able to mix and match armor then. The Wither pack also comes with a couple other accessories. Looks like we have a potion of healing. Place that into Steve's hand. I like how it's clear. Looks pretty cool, although it's kind of really barely in his hand right now. And we have a golden apple. Seems pretty important when fighting the Wither. The only other item this set doesn't have that this set should have had was a nether star, which a Wither typically would drop after the kill. Seems like something important. And there would be your large Minecraft survival mode Wither pack. It almost feels like a 5-pack, the way they have Steve's armor out. Pretty cool pack if you're into the survival mode collection. That Wither figure is large and tough. It should be quite the challenge to kill.
Oh darn, dropped my potion. Bah! It happened again. Ah! 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 Ah!
That guy's a spaz.
Totally.
Wanna go out for milkshakes?
Sure!
Wait for me, I'm digging slow.
Minecraft Wither Warfare Survival Mode figures from Mattel appears on store shelves fall 2017. Suggested retail of the pack, I think around $50, which is somewhat high, but that's a pretty large Wither figure. If you enjoy shooting blue skeleton skulls out of stuff, then the Wither delivers. However, if you're looking for a more gentler kind of life, look for a shearable sheep. Or squirrel. That's what I have to say about that.
Squirrels shear the finest fur, but the fur may bite you. Thanks for watching Squirrel Stampede. Please like, share, subscribe.